Hello. Hey, this is Richard, the financial advocate Medley, and I want to thank you for sharing your time and energy with me tonight. And I want to do something special tonight. I want to show you how to write off Christmas. That's going to be the subject of this particular video. So what I want to do is take you to the IRS website, rs.gov, and let's find out what the government has to say about gifts and writing those off. So let me read this to you. The question is, are business gifts deductible? Key word is, are business gifts deductible? Okay? So the answer is, if you give business gifts in the course of your trade or business, you can deduct all or part of the cost, subject to the following limitations. You got to read these rules, y'all, and I get them from the IRS government in my business, and there's over 479 deductions you can take, but you got to take advantage and learn how to get them. And one way is partnering with me in a financial learning community, and we will get you started. But I just want to show you, since I know many of you have spent money for Christmas, well, I just want to show you how to not necessarily stop spending that money, but learning how to maximize your lifestyle so that you can get some of these deductions and change your trajectory. But let's go back to the IRS government website and read what they say about gifts. All right, here go the rules. You deduct no more than $25 of the cost of the business gifts you give directly or indirectly to each person during your tax year. If you and your spouse both give gifts to the same person, both of you are treated as one taxpayer. Incidental costs such as engraving, packing, or shipping aren't included in the $25 limit if they don't add substantial value to the gift. For purposes of the $25 per person limit, don't, and I repeat, don't consider gifts costing $4 or less that have your business name permanently engraved on the item in which you distribute it on a regular basis. Any item that could be considered either a gift, and this is very important, any item that could be considered either a gift or as entertainment is generally considered entertainment and cannot be deducted. You need to have records. I'm going to repeat that. You need to have records that prove the business purpose of the gift as well as details of the amount you spent. And that information can be found at irs.gov. But I'm going to go into some more detail for you to help you out and show you how to turn some of these expenses that you're going to do anyway in your lifestyle and turn them into deductions. See, wouldn't it be awesome to write off Christmas gifts? When it comes to giving gifts as a business owner, Uncle Sam is more like the Grinch and wants to take away everything happy and good in the world. But the holiday season is one of the best times to give gifts and presents. Not only does it show how grateful you are for the relationships, it also encourages your customers and colleagues and those who refer you and keeps your name in the front of their minds for the upcoming business season. So keep that in mind. So let's go into it. What are some ways, some of the best ways to write off those expenses? Before we get into the best ways to write off those expenses and learn about some creative workarounds, let's understand the rule. There is a limit, as we said earlier, to those gifts. It's $25 for one person per year. Yes, you heard that correctly. If you want to buy a gift for someone, the IRS lets you take up to $25 per person per year, which may not seem like a lot, but will it help? If you really and seriously are giving a thoughtful gift to a client or a referral source or someone you really appreciate, good luck trying to keep that gift under that amount. So, just to clarify, so that you understand the rules of the game, if you spent $80, and we might have to have a test on this, if you spent $80 on a client's gift, you can only deduct $25. The other $55 just falls into a non-deductible abyss. So now that we have that out of the way, let's figure out how we can get around this nonsense. And here I'll show you a creative option. See, the rule applies to giving a gift to a specific person. So why not give the gift to the company instead of just one person? That way you avoid the $25 limit because it's not directly to a specific person. Yes, let's do that and make sure we account for it properly. Another way to get around the $25 gift, and I won't go into that one, but we'll talk about it, is to send tickets to a play or some kind of sporting event. The limit wouldn't apply to this because you can classify it differently. See, what information do you need to record to make it legit? You need the cost, the date, description, the business purpose, and your relationship. And I would encourage you to have great software like we have to help you keep yourself in compliance. If you looked earlier at my video about deducting Thanksgiving, that information is pertaining to a party, which still applies here if you were throwing a Christmas party. But for this particular video, we're talking about gifts. By misclassifying your expenses, people, you're leaving so much opportunity and money on the table. That's why you need to get this information. That's why you need to get yourself a business so you can take advantage of the American dream. To avoid that, make sure you have a good understanding about tracking your expenses. That doesn't mean becoming an accountant. Just have a good understanding about your expenses. What I've learned and what I try to show people, that many people leave money on the table by not keeping good records. And I also offer a sheet on common deductions that will help you see deductions you may be missing out on because you just don't have the information. But contact me and I'll get that right out to you. See, can you see how a little bit of effort can be the difference in more and more money in your pocket? Be smart so you won't have to work harder. And by the way, you want to make more money? Be smarter with your tax situation. See, hear me out for a minute. You see, making more money and keeping more of your money is virtually the same end goal. When you consistently take the time to either do or simply review your financials, you'll learn quickly how important staying on top of your accounting really is. If you don't know where your money is, you'll never know where you can go. See, I've learned seeing many people that those who are constantly tracking their expenses, reviewing their expenses, and understanding their accounting are better off and more successful in their business and personal lives. We're coming up on a new decade. It's the end of the year. It's a great time to take a look. So, man, I hope